Curipod is an AI-powered presentation tool for teachers. Now, this is no ordinary online slideshow tool. Think about more along the lines of like Poll Anywhere or Mentimeter, where we have some slides, but we have some audience interaction. And so Curipod's not limited to only interaction slides. We can build what I would call just informational slides. But where it really shines is, for starters, it's free. It's designed just for educators. And it's pretty cool. It doesn't have the same limitations as Poll Anywhere or Mentimeter. Now, it may not be as robust with analytics, but it really shines with the fact that we don't have to pay to get a lot of the extra features. So after making an account, this is our Curipod dashboard. This is a free account, and like I mentioned, there are not a lot of limitations, unlike other audience response web tools that maybe require a paid plan to increase the total number of participants for an activity or maybe the total number of slides. Curipod doesn't have those limitations. This is really designed for educators in mind. So let's start out and make a lesson. So we'll go up here to the top right corner and click Create. And we're, featuring AI tools. So I want to try to do as much with AI in this as possible. So we are on our Add New, Generate with AI. And these are all the different types of activities, or should I say kind of, not necessarily activities, but these are kind of the templates that most people might be using Curipod to create. So you could make a full lesson. We're not going to do that. I want to maybe try to make like an exit ticket, pretending as though we were doing not necessarily a feedback survey, but maybe an exit ticket after an AI-based event, being that this is AI week. And so the first exit ticket option is here, but I do want to highlight, if we scroll down further, we can do exit ticket with feedback. And then there's another one that is exit ticket with feedback again. And so one of the main differences is one of these will allow for AI generated feedback and the other is feedback from the instructor or the teacher. So let's keep it simple today. Let's just do an exit ticket. And what we want to do is we're going to take advantage of the two features that help give Curipod some guidance on what we're looking for. So to highlight again, this was originally created K-12, but we are going to utilize this professional development for the grade level. And we're going to give it two things. So we're going to give it a content, a topic, and then we're going to share a learning objective. And so for this prompt, like I said, we're going to stick with the theme for AI week. And so I want to create an exit ticket, kind of asking attendees, what is your comfort level with artificial intelligence tools? And then I'm going to share some learning objectives from AI week to help sort of frame what we want Curipod to do with this content or this skill level prompt. So let's say for AI week, one of our objectives is to design assessments with artificial intelligence in mind. And then let's go ahead and give it another objective, which was to relate the role of artificial intelligence in education. And then, of course, this Do Magic button will get the AI to start making stuff for us. So these are the the generated slides to start with. We can kind of preview them, and if there's any that we like or don't like, we can click on the slide and it'll add it to our presentation. If for any reason we don't like any of the options, we can always click Regenerate. And so without reading these, I just want to click Regenerate to just highlight the coolness of how quickly many of these AI tools can just create something from nothing. So from here, we're going to keep the color scheme the same just for contrast, but you can change the colors from these buttons up here. And then you do have the ability later to really personalize. I'm trying my best to keep this short. So we're going to add all 4 of these slides to our exit ticket. And one thing that I've noticed as I've played with Curipod is a lot of times, at least with the exit ticket, it tries to do these combo prompts. And while that's not a bad thing for a written response or an open question, I kind of want to break it up into smaller pieces. And so one thing we can do, if we wanted to, is we could have an open question, but we could also do an add new. And let's add, we're going to do create our own, and we're going to copy and paste the second part of this and create a different activity type. So we're going to add a word cloud in here. So it added it after slide 1, and all I'm going to do, and I'm just trying to demonstrate how easy it is to modify these slides. And so from here, now I don't want to go any further, but the other thing I've noticed, at least with exit tickets, and we'll make one other presentation style that's not exit ticket, is when we're doing AI, a lot of times Curipod favors one activity type for all the slides. And so if we ever wanted to change one, we could just open up our slide and say, for this one, an open response activity isn't really that appropriate, so we can change it to a poll. And then, of course, let's see if we can make our text a little bit smaller. And so we could do a scale of 1 to 5. So let's see if it will allow us to add a poll option. I can click here and, of course, change the option. So if I wanted to go with the Likert scale of not comfortable to extremely comfortable, very easy to change those options. And just with a couple clicks, I was able to change this slide from a open written response to a poll. And then, of course, as I mentioned earlier, this is very much in the style of like Poll Anywhere or Mentimeter. So if we click present and bring it up on the screen, our students could join on their phones at this link with the pen, and then they could join anonymously and see those responses live. And of course, at the end of class, we can always log back into Curipod to look at the results from our presentation. So this is a really brief overview of Curipod, but for each slide, click on the slide, edit the slide. We can do edit activity, change the activity type. We can choose from poll, word cloud. We could have our students draw something, which is kind of fun and unique. We could do an open question, and then personalized feedback. And so I'm going to click on personalized feedback. And this is what it looks like as far as AI-generated feedback. So for most of us, we would be selecting the professional development option. We can focus the type of feedback, and then this is where we would share what we're expecting our students to kind of share in their responses. And then from here, again, with the paid version, we can increase the character limit generated by AI. And that is kind of one of many of the options for Curipod.